Good morning, Endeavour. We'd like to hear some of that Swiss horn music.
This is Mission Control Houston aboard Endeavour. At present, the crew is just a little more than 5 minutes away from an engine firing that will serve to reboost Endeavour and the Hubble Space Telescope, raise the orbit to a circular orbit of 321 nautical miles above Earth. At present, Endeavour is in an orbit with a high point of 321 nautical miles and a low point of 313 nautical miles. This engine firing will be done with Endeavour's large steering jets. They'll be fired for about 23 seconds, resulting in a change in velocity for the spacecraft of only about 12.5 feet per second. However, enough to...
Okay, so we are downlinking the elbow camera now. Is that satisfactory for you?
We like it, Claude. Thanks.
Enough to put Endeavour into an orbit circular at 321 nautical miles altitude above Earth. Ten seconds now to ignition of the steering jets. Again, a 23-second long firing.
Houston, Endeavour.
We're here, Endeavour.
Okay, Delta V total never got less than 1.8 before we started getting... It got down to 1.3, and then it started getting bigger, so we stopped. I'll put it to unlock. Okay, I'm hooking into the guy wire. Then I'm going to unlock it.
Endeavour, we're a minute and a half to Hanningtown to Diego.
Copy, Houston. Okay, Roger, 51, we got it.
Endeavour's moving towards sunset, about 5 minutes away from moving into the night side of Earth.
Boy, 80 inches of tether is really something out here.
Okay, and no more than 100 degrees on the opening, right, guys?
Right.
Okay, I'll steady the door, Jeff.
Okay.
I have the door.
Let me go put this on the telescope first.
I have the door. Stop, please, Claude. Stop.
My power tool came out of the bayonet fitting. The bayonet fitting slid open. I got it.
Hey, Store.
Yes?
What do you think about you putting your tether on to hold the door from not going open any farther before Jeff puts his on?
Okay. I'll stand by here.
But I had a firm grip. You see this? Yeah, but understand. Okay. Now 80 degrees we're aiming at? Just no more than 100, so
Okay.
80, 90. I'll aim on 90 then. Okay.
I'm hooked up, but I'm not going to tighten until you're tightened, Story. And
Okay.
I can hold the door so you can use two hands on the tether.
Let's go a touch more. I think 90. How's that? Hold her right there, please.
Okay.
You got her?
I have it. Okay, and see if you can tether off the loose end.
I won't worry about that. It won't hurt me, Jeff.
Well,
I won't worry about that, Jeff.
I'll do it for you, don't worry.
I need the tether on the outside of the door.
Is that a problem, Story?
No?
Okay.
And you're going to start those manual, right, Store?
I am, yes. And got your light lit from the top here, Story. Well, very nice, very nice.
Wait. Copy D8's out, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's gone. Did it work?
What? The screw is gone.
I did not see it. Oh, it's behind you, Story. Hold on to this. Is it? Do you see it? It's down below. No, I saw it.
It's coming down toward the payload bay.
I
You're not
see it.
gonna be able to, can you get it, Jeff?
Take the mini power drill, Story.
Okay. Claude's going to bring you down to it. Just take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
I take you down slowly, Jeff.
It's stable. It's coming down pretty fast.
Yeah, he's going to catch up with it.
I have it.
Okay, arm stops.
Great screw chase.
Good job. The ultimate arm driver.
Another claim for that in the STS, Claude.
Okay, take you back to that fading.
All right, let's see if we can get this put away.
Of course, it was put away, and
Well, I realize, but you want to try putting it behind my glove? Is that more secure, do you think?
yeah, it is, isn't it? I think that's a better idea. Every time we open it,
Open my glove.
chance something comes out, right, Store?
Yeah.
Story Musgrave riding on the end of the robot arm with Jeff Hoffman serving as a free floater. One of the small screws on one of the connectors for the solar array drive electronics box came loose, and Claude Nicollier expertly moved the arm down, and Jeff Hoffman was able to retrieve that small screw.
Okay.
And Kyle, that was a real expert job by Claude to be able to move the arm that quickly on the moment's notice, and to track the screw that is really a small piece of material for him to see from the window was quite an excellent job. I was surprised they were able to execute that as well as they did.
Roger.
Well, another one came out of the bag, and I caught that too.
All right.
Sure getting my practice here. To the right now, Claude.
Hit to the right.
A little further, Claude. Let me get in a better position to hold this for you. I can hold it. Okay. That's right there.
Now that the solar array drive electronics box compartment is closed, the two astronauts are being moved up to the top of the solar arrays. The solar arrays are mounted up to the up on the side of the telescope, and the plan is to manually release those and deploy them to the down position. Ken Bowersox, the pilot, is currently in control of the robot arm.
Yep, I can see counterclockwise the way to go.
I believe it's clockwise, right?
Oh, that's right. Yep.
2 minutes to handing down to
We're going
Diego.
to have, copy, great. So we're going to have Sox kind of lay you down on your back like KT had to get to stay under that.
Okay.
It looks like you ought to be clear from right there, Story, if you can work from that position.
Okay.
And Jeff, your backpack's pretty close to the telescope there. You need to, if you can, get your feet down, I think.
Bring me a little forward, please, Doc.
Yeah, that looks better, guys.
A little forward, please.
Endeavour Houston, we'd like your new attitude to be just change your Omicron to 1010,
You're pushing again.
and that will be when you come out of free drift after the plus V2 PDM. And we would like you to hold the opening of the doors till after sunset, if you would.
Okay, understand. Change Omicron to 010. We'll go to auto after the PDM deploy and not open the doors until after sunset.
Good read back, Cubby.
Wrapped around the bottom. Let me hold the other one, Story, and you can work on it. I have it.
In progress, the manual deploy of the second solar array down to the open position. The secondary drive mechanisms that actually roll out the new solar array blankets is not done until after this EVA is completed, or this spacewalk. The payload community commenting that they are relieved to see this solar array being opened.
Endeavour Houston, the GHRS is ready and awaiting.
Okay, thanks a lot, Greg. Copy, Story? Yeah?
The Space Telescope Operations Control Center has turned off any electrical connections or any electrical power to the Goddard High Resolution Spectrograph. And the crew's been given a go to install the redundancy kit, the cabling kit that was designed for this task. Once they get the doors open, there's 4 latches on the doors that protect the instrument, along with the famed object spectrograph.
Want me to do that? Can you reach it? I can do the bolt. You want me to do the bolt? If you can do the bolt, it's much better to put 23 foot-pounds from the MFR than for me with my feet flailing around in here. I'll do the bolt. I'll move out of the way. Pitch me down into cavity, please, Claude. 23 PT4 Titan. Now into the cavity, Claude. Out of your way. Okay, inside. Stop, please. No. Stop, Claude. Stop. Tight. 23. 4.
And Story, we got a great view of you from the elbow camera if you want to take a look and give us a wave.
Like my note said to everyone down there, that all you EVA folks, you're in our hearts, you're in our hands. What we've done and what we're going to do is simply a reflection of what you've given to us.
Roger that, Story.
Story Musgrave referencing Sue Rainwater, who's the lead EVA officer here in Mission Control. She's primarily on the consoles during the spacewalks.
And the EVA folks appreciate the message.
Sure deserve it. You want me to stay 90 right, Claude?
No, you can stay if you are. Let's say 0 degrees will be fine.
Ready? I'll wait till Jeff gets off, of course.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can take me up to the handle bolt and I'll go back here. Okay, yeah, when we closed it before, I just gave this a little nudge. That'll do it. But I sure didn't want to put any, you bet. Feels like you may be pushing on me. No, I'm nowhere near you. That's okay. That's a TA. Okay. Thank you. You take me a little bit away. Okay, well, I'm not going to push until you tell me you're ready. I'm not even on the handle yet. Yeah, I'll just wait. Hang out. And my MFR is going to be above you here.
You don't want to come up any, Jeff?
That was a statement, I assume, not a question.
Roger.
Okay, Jeff. Can do. I'm starting to walk the doors. I'll walk them. Bottom feels good. Looks good. I'll put the tip pin in, go look at the top. Tip pin's in. Bring me up just a touch, Claude. Okay, about a foot.
Up a foot.
Looks good. Okay? 3. I don't know about this side. Well, I haven't. Yeah, it's nice. Okay. It moves nice. It just moves floating down, I think. Yeah, it does not feel like the other one. That's just. All right. 23-4, Titan. Can you bring me down now, please, Claude? I gotta do the handle bolt. Tighten it up first.
Okay, down.
Have you looked at this, Jeff? Yes, just take one look at this. Oh, my goodness.
Back to the top of the telescope, Story Musgrave and Jeff Hoffman again to install some fabricated insulation boxes over the old magnetic sensing systems as the orbiter moves up the northwest coast of Australia.
370 miles away.
And Kyle, those two gentlemen on the end of that arm are having the view of their lives right now, looking over the top of the scope down at the Earth. You heard Story even remark about it. I can tell you this is probably a moment they'll remember for many years to come.
Here comes one. Okay, I'll take the needle nose pliers caddy. Here's a hook. Here's a tether to get the needle nose pliers.
Story, I would suggest MFI your 90 left, please.
Okay. And you want us to move the stanchion in?
Yeah, you'll have to move the stanchion. I will pitch your body down by a wrist roll negative.
Okay, so let me help the tether. Okay, for the needle nose. And it came apart, I'm afraid. All right, had to tear it apart anyway. There, are you ready? Yeah, just watch our feet there. Here it comes. Got it. There. Let's do it.
Go ahead, KT.
We're going to rotate some more clockwise to bring MSS2 closer to the front to give Claude some room to maneuver.
We copy? And we have got an unbelievable picture from the elbow camera right now.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
The Australian Sharks Bay. This is something else. The India Ocean. Oh my goodness. Hey, you can look, Jeff. You can see the entire continent of Australia from here. See this? The whole thing.
And Kyle, for folks on the ground right now, the view is looking basically westward as the orbiter moves east. And we're coming up on Australia. Is just coming into view right now.
I swear, you can see 3,000 miles from here. Oh, yeah. closer to the telescope, Claude.
Okay, lift closer.
And we've got a great shot from the elbow.
Just one we want to give you.
Okay, go ahead, expect 210 looks good, and we'll get in the sun about 5 minutes.
Keep coming forward.
Roger.
Houston, you all saw what happened?
Endeavour Houston, we're ready for free drift, and we need a camera view of the array, please. We do not want to delay, and we do not want to delay the egress of the MFR, however.
Roger, I understand. We'll get the elbow camera back over on the array, and we're going free drift.
Roger.
Story, check up to your right.
Slick. Really nice. So good. All right.
Hey, so Jeff, you're going to head in and help Story here at the airlock, right?
I'm on my way.
Okie doke. Big P101's good, I'll mark it off.
The deployment of the secondary drive mechanism on the first solar array in progress. These new solar arrays equipped with small spring-like devices at each end to help damp out any flutter effect that may be caused by the arrays transitioning from daylight into darkness, which occurs on every orbit.
Story, if you could give me vectors, because we don't have the camera, we have the camera on the solar array now.
Okay. Oh. What's there?
Telescope now being rotated 180 degrees to present the other array forward such that the crew can get a good view of it, and the onboard cameras can capture the deployment of the second solar array.
I'm ready to go to store the MFR, Claude, APC.
Second story.
I'm ready to go store the MFR.
Okay, we go store the MFR now.
Okay, she got everything off of it, huh, Story? Good job.
It wasn't perfect, Tom. The result was perfect.
While Story Musgrave completes this task, his other fellow crew member in the payload bay, Jeff Hoffman, is inventorying all the tools and the crew aids that were used throughout the spacewalks to make sure that all the tools are accounted for in the airlock.
That's the one it is.
Okay, the MFR tether then. Okay.
The second solar array wing process of being deployed as Endeavour moves off the southeastern coast of Madagascar.
Want me to bring it inboard, son? Story?
I think we're fine, Claude. It's got a...
It makes it easier, I can bring it inboard, son.
Seven hours into the spacewalk.
Endeavour, 2 minutes to handing down to Diego.
Roger.
The solar array is now deployed about 40%. Again, the flex in the arrays is designed to account for any tolerances in movement of the solar arrays.
That's a good separation, no?
Yes.
Endeavour Houston, for your info, battery charging is underway and going well so far. And the stock folks are putting into implementation the HGA deployment. We'll give you a call when you can expect motion.
Roger, and will that be before sunset?
I'll get you an answer, Kevin, as soon as I know.
Roger.
The high gain antenna deploy is in progress aboard Endeavour and aboard the Hubble Space Telescope. This is a simultaneous deploy of both antennas, one on this side of the telescope and one 180 degrees around on the back side of the telescope. And this is about a 7-minute in duration process, very slow and deliberate. In view, the two grapple fixtures that are available for the shuttle's robot arm to retrieve and deploy the telescope for servicing.